Whoop. Come on, you can do it. Beat those lights. Oh, there we have it, folks. Driving professional. Alright, that'll give you an idea of the noise from the Zero. I'm not sure if other Zero bikes have a different noise, but that's the noise out of the Zero DS. It comes and goes, honestly. I don't know whether it sort of calms down after you've been on the bike for a while, but like I've been on the bike for 10 or 15 minutes now, and that's the noise. I've had it described as like it's like a fucking spaceship coming out of nowhere, or also it's like a washing machine spinning up, which is actually not a million miles away from what it probably is. Like, yes, it's an actual electric motor spinning up. And so of the conversations I've had about this bike, generally, as per the previous video, amount to like how far is the range and is it fast. I wanted to do another one on just the noise and the whole concept of, you know, loud pipes save lives and all this sort of stuff. I had what I would class as not an obnoxiously loud bike, but the R1200 RS I had a while back, you know, had a aftermarket can on it and had a fairly big noise on it, if you like. And so the theory behind the loud pipe save lives thing is that, like, if people hear you coming before they see you, then like fucking mission accomplished, you know. And I have a bit of time for that sort of general mentality. You know, obviously if you're the fucking loudest thing on the road as you're coming down the road, then maybe some people are going to hear you, maybe. But again, you don't see inside the car as to whether somebody has the radio turned up high, or somebody is deaf, or somebody is just not paying attention. Road noises tend to fade into the background for a lot of people, so you might hear, you know, a loud engine or a beep or even a siren, and you just it blends into the background. You don't hear it. So while I have a bit of time for the, you know, it'll increase your percentages, I have a lot more time for the argument that assume it isn't there and ride as if you're not riding a loud bike. And so the minute I get off the loud pipe save lives train is when lads are pissing it down the middle of a road and assume everybody can hear them, right? And so you might say, oh well, I go down the middle of the road and some people, you know, people get out of the way and people look at me and people do. I'm like, cool, that's a certain percentage of people. It might even be a high percentage of people, but it only takes one person to fuck you off the thing. And law of averages, that person was just not paying attention, and no amount of noise would have helped. You know, maybe it would have, but also maybe it wouldn't have. And you really want to bet your life on the fact that everyone on the road can hear you. The way I put it, I posted about it briefly on boards, is you know, if you're relying on somebody hearing you for your safety, then you're already in trouble. You know, so if you get yourself into a situation where you're sort of going, fuck, I hope all these people can hear me because of my loud bike, then that in and of itself is I'd consider it a failure in my training. You know, and I consider it like, okay, fucking lesson learned, and the lesson isn't rely on a loud bike. And so I've been riding this bike, the Zero DS, for the last few months. And the KTM isn't in mothballs, but it's certainly seeing less use than this for commutes and for just general pissing about. It's not silent, as you can hear, but it doesn't sound like a motorbike. It doesn't sound like anything else. And so what I can tell you sort of anecdotally is cars doesn't make a fucking bit of difference, right? I mean, if I was riding, you know, a regular motorbike, unless I had big fucking ignorant cans or was riding some big cut pipe fucking thing, nobody's going to pay any attention. You might as well be riding this if you're riding, you know, an MT-07 or a random bike like that. Pedestrians, I actually find, pay a bit of attention, and I think it honestly is because it's an unusual noise, right? It's still definitely audible and it still definitely is coming at you. It's just not an engine. And so people tend to look at it when it's, you know, because what the fuck is that, as opposed to, oh yeah, it's a motorbike, it's coming at me. But all in all, I haven't noticed a massive difference. And I don't think your average bike rider is going to notice a massive difference between this and that. That's been one of the main things that people have said. Oh, you know, electric bikes are less safe than real bikes because of that. And so I haven't found myself, actually that's a lie, I found myself a little bit concentrating more on road positioning and being in people's mirrors and, you know, making yourself known in other ways. I haven't really gone near the horn on this bike. I don't tend to blow the horn all that much, but I haven't noticed it making a massive difference in terms of how I ride the bike. But there is a certain amount of like people are 10% less likely to hear me if I'm on this bike, but that 10% is more than made up by just having a bit of fucking carefulness. And so I just thought I'd do a separate sort of a video. I haven't done a discussion of a topic video in a little while. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have opinions, of course, and they're not always popular, but I think a lot of things on the road, on the bike, can be solved by just working on your fucking skills and being a bit more careful and not acting the bollocks too much. And so I'll leave you with that for today. It's actually gorgeous out, even though it's fucking dead of winter here in Ireland. So leave me in peace. Thank you very much. Bye bye.